This video focuses on the use of the comma. Specifically, it's going to look at its main uses. There are other uses for the comma not mentioned in this video. However, there is another video which deals with its less common usage. Mostly, commas are used for structural reasons, to break up grammatical parts of a sentence. They are also used when listing within a sentence. But let's begin by looking at the sentence structure use. To understand this, we'll have to understand a few features of grammar. Firstly, we'll need to understand what a simple sentence is. A simple sentence is an independent clause. An independent clause is a clause that has meaning all on its own. An independent clause has two aspects to it. It has a subject, that is what the sentence is about, and it has a predicate, what is happening to that subject. In the first example, I will be travelling overseas. The subject is I, and the travelling overseas is what the person will be doing. The second sentence, Apple will be shipping its latest products on June 30th. The subject is Apple, and its shipping later in the month is the predicate. This website allows you to upload videos. The subject is the website, and its capacity to upload videos is what it is about. I'd like you to pause the video here, and I want you to complete this. It's important that you understand the purpose of simple sentences or independent clauses before we continue. Assume that's done. But simple sentences aren't always enough. Sometimes we want to express more complex ideas, and for this we need complex sentences. A complex sentence has many clauses, more ideas in them. As we've looked at, we already understand what an independent clause is. They are sentences that have meaning on their own. Examples: I go to the gym to build muscle. The album was better than everyone expected. Her party was amazing. These are all independent clauses, and they have a subject and a predicate, and they make meaning on their own. But sometimes we need to use dependent clauses. These are ideas that don't have meaning on their own and depend on another clause to create their meaning. Before the food gets cold. Before the food gets cold what? It makes no meaning. Since I don't save money. This sentence is not complete and therefore has no meaning. Until the sun sets. These are examples of clauses which are dependent on further elements of the sentence to make meaning. This is the function of the comma. Let's look at the first example. Since I don't have enough money, I won't be going to the movies. Since I don't have enough money is dependent. It has no meaning on its own. But when it's attached to I won't be going to the movies, the independent clause, it has a meaning. We separate the dependent clause from the independent clause with a comma. Let's look at the second example. Before Instagram was invented, the only place to share photos was Facebook. Before Instagram invented is dependent. It makes no meaning on itself. The only place to share photos was Facebook has a meaning in and of itself. Lastly, when the teacher arrives is dependent. All the students will begin to work. That is an independent clause. And note, we use the comma to separate the dependent from the independent clauses. I want you to pause the video now and attempt these activities. Once you've done it, share it with the class. Thank you for doing that. The second use of the comma is quite straightforward. We use it when we're creating lists. It separates words, phrases, and independent clauses. Here are some examples. When I go to the festival, I will be taking a bum bag, comma, bottles of water, comma, my night TNs, comma, and sunscreen. In this way, it's giving the reader an opportunity to pause before taking in new information. In the second example, for the party, note the use of the colon. There's a video on the use of the colon. Sam will bring food, comma, Julia will bring drinks, comma, and Eamon will bring the chessboard, full stop. In this way, we're breaking up the different pieces of information with a comma, allowing the reader to take information in before moving on. I want you to complete this activity, please, and then share it with the class.